50%。
何が
少し
We're heading into summer now, so it's time to look back on the season that just passed. This spring season offered us an abundance of quality anime to kick off the year to a great start. If the anime to come in the summer is even better, then we're in for a treat. So let's wrap up this season by going over 10 of the best fights in anime for spring of 2021. Before we begin, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and turn on your bell notification icon to stay tuned for our new content. Now let's finally dig into this list. Number 10. Eden Zero, Shiki vs. Jin. After the release of this anime, there was a lot of mixed reviews and feedback given on Hiro Mishima's new work. Strongly resembling Mishima's previous works such as Brave Master and Fairy Tail, it feels as though we're seeing Natsu Dragneo but after he decided to dye his hair to black. Personally, it's interesting to see the sci-fi twist in the new series. We're able to see how the team worked together to incorporate modern and high-tech innovations with the storyline and how the series is different from Mishima's other works. So let's not overlook the carefully thought out effort and quality put into Eden Zero, as it still produces quality fights like what we see from Shiki vs. Jin. All these different factors are what makes the fight stand out on our list. Now whether Eden Zero is a better series than Rave or Fairy Tail is a different debate. Let us know down below what you think on that note. Number 9. Yasuke vs. Kurosaka. The storyline behind Yasuke was certainly interesting. If you haven't watched it yet, it's about an African warrior that fights under Japanese feudal lords during the Sengoku period of samurai conflict. Although it didn't live up to my personal expectations that I had for the anime, it didn't fail to provide some quality fights throughout the series. Keep in mind that this is a show based in the age of samurais, so there's a lot of swordsmanship. Yasuke's battle against Kurosaka did an excellent job at reminding us of this, with his fast-paced and smooth fighting style that you would expect from a samurai. Let's take a moment to give the show a round of applause for giving us a new perspective of this time in history. Number 8. One Piece, Goldie Roger vs. Whitebeard Pirates. We didn't have to wait too long for this fight between the Roger Pirates and Whitebeard Pirates. It only took a little over 90 episodes. Wait, well, it's actually over 900 episodes. This series has been going on for quite a while. Nonetheless, it's amazing to see how such a long and ongoing anime series is able to keep up such well-produced animation. On top of that, this is a scene that involves so many legends throughout the show. We get to see our beloved duo Shanks and Buggy in their younger years, in addition to the always serious Rayleigh. Last but definitely not least are the captains. Mark my words, this showdown of the stashes is sure to go down in history for epic anime fights. Number 7. World Trigger, Top 4 Attackers vs. Neighbors. It's good to see World Trigger returning and with even better animation than the first season. It definitely would have been disappointing if the show ended up being cancelled. Anyways, something that's always a sight to see in World Trigger is the focus on team fights and their strategies. Just like other agents, each one of the top agents have very unique personalities, abilities, and fighting styles. In terms of individual power levels and abilities, the neighbors might have had the upper hand compared to the agents. However, seeing how the top agents come together to synchronize as one unit is something to look forward to. Being able to come together as one enabled them to come out as the victors against the threatening neighbors. Number 6. TenSura Season 2, Rimuru vs Hinata. Seeking revenge for her fallen sensei Shizu, Hinata sets out to kill the monster that took her sensei's life. After finding Rimuru traveling through a field, Hinata traps Rimuru inside a barrier and puts him on the defensive. I've seen a lot of fans argue on how Rimuru was already at a disadvantage because of the barrier. Regardless, this fight scene does an excellent job at showcasing the fast-paced clashes going on between these characters. Not only do they display the fight in a fast-paced animation, but they also slow down some moments to highlight the power level and threat of Hinata for Rimuru. With Rimuru even powering up in this fight against Hinata, it still proves fruitless as Hinata almost obliterates Rimuru's entire existence. Luckily for Rimuru, he created a doppelganger of himself during the fight. Keep in mind that this fight is only a glimpse of something bigger to happen later in the story. Number 5. Castlevania Season 4, Carmilla vs. Isaac. While Castlevania isn't a Japanese anime, I wanted to include it in this list because of the quality animation that it provides. The fight between Carmilla vs. Isaac is definitely one of the peak moments of the season. Actually, I'd say it's the best moment throughout this season of Castlevania. We're able to see the character developments from Carmilla and Isaac throughout the Castlevania series through this clean animation. However, at the same time we're able to see what the characters still lack in terms of personal growth as it shapes the battle in itself. For Carmilla, her sense of pride in her character results in her downfall in the end. Number 4. Jujutsu Kaisen, Yuji and Todo vs. Hanami. Now I know I've covered this fight in a previous video of mine, but who's to disagree that it deserves a spot on this list too? There's just too much flawless teamwork between Yuji and Todo in their fight against Hanami. They're just effortlessly taking turns attacking Hanami with such quick precision one after another. The battle chemistry between the two is what really puts this fight up on the list. Well, technically the chemistry between these three, as Gojo was the final piece to finish off this fight. As Todo and Yuji fight Hanami to buy Gojo enough time to power up, we're able to witness a smooth display of abilities from all three of them. Not only do we see the individual abilities of the three, but the overall teamwork abilities as a whole unit. Number 3. Vivy, Fluorite's Eyes Song, Yugo vs. Diva. I was having a hard time trying to decide where to rank this fight between Yugo and Diva. I had a good feeling that Vivy was going to be spectacular, and to say that it was better than my expectations is such an understatement. The storyline focuses on the prominent use of AIs in everyday life, such as the game Detroit Become Human. This fight did not fail to emphasize and highlight even the smallest details that were happening. The fighting choreography and animation was spot on, nothing less than a work of art. Also, considering the plot of Vivy, the animation throughout the season perfectly complemented the anime as a whole. I think we were able to catch a glimpse on how our future could potentially grow and progress with this anime. I just hope we don't have the same issues that occur in this anime. Number 2. Black Clover, Asa and Yami vs. Dante. Coming in at number 2 is the fight between Asa and Yami vs. Dante. It's such a shame to see Black Clover come to an end so early. I had really hoped that the series could have gone through a lot more in terms of storyline. At least they finished off the series with an unforgettable fight, so let's give the animators a round of applause. The fighting choreography and teamwork between Captain Yami and Demon Form Asta was beautifully constructed. This fight against Dante was another test for Asta and Yami to surpass their limits and grow even stronger. In the final moments of the battle, Yami passes off his katana to Asta in a slow motion animation to signify Asta becoming the next successor of the sword, as he deals the final blow to Dante, bringing the battle and the anime to a strong ending. Number 1. Boruto, Next Generations, Naruto and Sasuke vs Jigen. Ranking the top 3 was so difficult, but this had to be the scene that comes out on top from the rest. I'm sure you've already seen the hype around this scene throughout the internet, as it made that big of an impression on everybody. This fight scene managed to make the tag team battle against Momoshiki look like child's play. The use of Naruto and Sasuke's abilities and their taijutsu were even smoother than a previous battle. However, seeing Jigen take on our heroes without any hesitation as he takes them on while they use Kuruma and Susanoo is mental. Jigen without a doubt has Black Air Force energy, and you can't convince me otherwise. Being able to put Naruto and Sasuke in that situation makes this scene deserve its spot as number 1 on this list. That officially wraps up our list of the top 10 epic anime fights that went down the spring of 2021. We had a lot of amazing animations to kick off this new year and to set the bar for the rest of the anime to follow. Let us know your thoughts on the list and if there was another fight that was worth mentioning. If you liked the video, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification icon. As always, I'll see you in the next video.